Do you wish you could be the present mom you've always wanted to be, but still need to provide an income for your family? Are you tired of scouring the internet for legit jobs that will replace your income and that you can do from home in your PJs? Hey friend, welcome to the Virtual Assistant Mama podcast. I know you're over there Googling jobs for moms, legit work at home jobs, or start a side hustle, yet you can't figure out how to take that first step. So instead, you stay stuck, do nothing, or start random side hustles to try to make quick money. Becoming a virtual assistant is the answered prayer you've been waiting for. My name is Ariana, and I'm a former teacher turned work-at-home mom who replaced my teaching income as a virtual assistant in just 6 months. I did this by taking a step of faith and following the dream that God placed on my heart to be home with my babies. Mama, your dreams pale in comparison to God's dreams for you. Imagine offering services that light you up, working with clients who value you and pay you what you're worth, and having a job that works around your life and not the other way around. This is the podcast for you. It's time to take that first step. Are you ready? Here we go.
One of the biggest questions that I get when somebody discovers the world of virtual assistants is, what do virtual assistants actually do? So in this episode, I'm going to break down the variety of different services that a VA can specialize in. I've got it broken down into kind of some overarching categories, but I just want you to understand that if you choose to specialize in one of these areas, you don't have to offer every single service that I list in that area. You get to pick what sounds fun for you. So I just wanted to give that heads up before we dive on in. The first category that I have is an administrative virtual assistant. So when you think of the types of services that a secretary would do, an admin VA would do the same kind of things. So they can help with things like calendar organization, billing and invoicing, researching, creating forms and spreadsheets, purchasing office supplies, scheduling appointments, bookkeeping. That would all fall into an administrative VA's role. They can also help with things like booking travel, buying gifts for their clients, anything like that. All right, the next category is social media management. A lot of people also choose to start with this when they're first starting out as a virtual assistant because we're all mostly familiar with social media, so it's not too hard to start learning how to run a social media for a business. But as a social media manager, you get to pick what platforms you want to specialize in. Social media managers can help with things like managing Facebook groups, Facebook business pages, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. They can create or find the graphics. They can write the posts, schedule the content, respond to comments and messages, do hashtag research. That all falls into the role of a social media manager. So like I said, as a social media manager, you can pick what platforms you want to specialize in. If you just want to be an Instagram social media manager, you can absolutely do that. Now, some platforms go well together. They work together well hand in hand. So for example, TikTok, if you post a TikTok video, that can be repurposed into a reel on Instagram. And then reels are also on Facebook as well. So you could specialize in those 3 different platforms altogether. But like I said, if you just want to specialize in 1 or 2, that's absolutely fine too. The next category is called a copywriter. Copywriter writes any written content in a business. So they can help write things like blog posts, social media captions, email content, website content, anything you get from a business that is written. That is copywriting, and it was done by a copywriter. So a copywriter can help with proofreading, editing. They can write out whatever it is they're doing, whether it's a book, blog post, social media captions, whatever it is. They'll write it out. They'll edit it, proofread it. They can find sources for whatever they're writing about and all of that. You could even ghostwrite a book for your clients if you are a copywriter. They would just give you kind of the outline of what they want in the book, and then you would just take that and hit the ground running and create a book for them. All right, the next category is graphic design. As a graphic designer, you can help create things like social media graphics, logos, cover photos, flyers, website banners, postcards, workbooks, presentations. You can do photo editing, create newsletters. That would all fall into the role of a graphic designer. The next category is super fun, and it is Pinterest management. You can literally get paid to play on Pinterest. As a Pinterest manager, you can do things like create the pins, write the captions, find and join group boards, schedule the pins, track the analytics to see which pins are working well, and all of that. So many businesses should be on Pinterest and they are not yet, because a lot of people think that Pinterest is just like where you go if you want to do a DIY project or you need to find a recipe. But that is not the case. A lot of people go to Pinterest to actually learn something. It's a little bit easier to sift through than just, going to Google. And so any business that's teaching something, that offers a service, that has products on their website, they should be on Pinterest, and not enough of them are. So that means there's still a ton of people out there who are not utilizing Pinterest and therefore need to and will eventually hire Pinterest managers, and you could be one of them. All right, the next category of virtual assistant services you can offer is marketing. A marketing virtual assistant helps with things like email marketing, sales funnels, social media ads, webinar creation or workshop creation, press releases, anything that helps a business get their name out into the world even more. A marketing virtual assistant can help with that. All right, a technical virtual assistant can do things like website design, app development, video editing, coding, podcast management. That all falls more into the technical virtual assistant's role. And I just want to pause here for a moment, because a lot of people think like, oh, I would have to go and get a degree to learn how to code and make a website. That is no longer the case. So many of the website platforms now have drag and drop page builders where you literally drag in an element, you click a few buttons to change the colors, move around the positioning, you copy and paste in your written content, you swap out the photo, bam, it's done. You can have a beautiful site in just the click of a few buttons, no coding required. So you can absolutely learn how to do website design without needing to know how to code from scratch. With podcast management, a lot of people think it would be really hard to edit podcasts as well, but that's not the case either. There is a free program that most podcasters use to record called Audacity, Audicity, and you could just download that program, record yourself talking for a few minutes, and then go practice editing out the ums, the stutters, the whatever. It is not hard to learn how to do that at all. I think a lot of people get held back in pursuing what actually sounds fun to them because they think it's going to be hard or take too much time to learn how to do. And I just encourage you to pursue whatever sounds fun to you. Okay. All right. The last category I have here is product and course creation. So a virtual assistant in this role would help with things like building and managing courses, creating the PowerPoint presentations for the courses, creating landing pages to help sell the courses, whatever it may be. Okay, so that's really the overarching categories that I have for you. But if I didn't mention something and you're like, wait, can a virtual assistant do this? I didn't hear you mention that. Answer is probably yes. You can always shoot me a DM on Instagram at ariana.vernier. Ask me if a virtual assistant can do that service, and I will get back to you. Real quick, let me just recap those different categories of services that a virtual assistant can do. The first one's administrative. Next is social media management, copywriting, graphic design, Pinterest management, marketing, technical virtual assistants, and product and course creation virtual assistants. All right, I don't know if y'all know this. I hope that you do, but in my program, the Virtual Assistant Mama Academy, we have an entire unit teaching you how to do these different virtual assistant skills. So even if you don't have the experience yet, you can absolutely learn when you join the Virtual Assistant Mama Academy. You can see all the different trainings we have when you go to the program sales page. That's at virtualassistantmama.com, or you can find the link in the show notes, but it breaks down all the trainings you can find about all the different variety of services, and you will feel confident in offering the service that you choose after you've taken these trainings. So go check it out. Come and join us in the Virtual Assistant Mama Academy if you've been considering it, and I cannot wait to see you there.
Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I would love to bless you with a free gift as a thank you. All you have to do is leave a review of the show on Apple Podcasts, take a screenshot, and send it to podcast@virtualassistantmama.com. I'll send you a code so you can snag my virtual assistant toolkit for free. And don't forget to come hang out with us in our free community, facebook.com/groups/virtual assistant mama. I'm so honored to support you in your journey to becoming a virtual assistant. Until next week, y'all, keep following the dreams that were placed on your heart so you can be the present mama you've always wanted to be.